She actually wants your power. As a guy, sometimes we're afraid of our own power. Sometimes your girlfriend or wife is afraid of your own power as well. But the power that makes you feel alive, that comes in you in the business place, in competing in sports, in boxing, wrestling, jujitsu, rocking out with a guitar, feeling totally alive, she wants that. And sometimes as guys, we've been taught to be, it's one thing with being kind or pleasing, but at times we become the nice guy, the pleaser, which isn't attractive to her. Because what attracts men and women is that we're different. We can have values and interests and things in common or the same, but she wants to feel your full force, your full power. And when we tiptoe around on eggshells, or we don't want to say the wrong thing, and this can happen, that we grew up in a household where dad wasn't really there. Dad wasn't around. Maybe he was there, but he wasn't there emotionally. And we learned how to get along with mom and navigate that and be a good boy. It doesn't work in a relationship. Or for me, when I was in, from kindergarten to 8th grade in that school I was in, we had 18 teachers, 17 were women. And look at my own life, I was around mom most time, around female teachers, to be a good boy, especially in Catholic school, like I was back then. She wants your animal. She wants your strength. She wants to push you, test you, which to us as guys sometimes doesn't make sense. And she wants to know that you're strong enough, you won't crumble. Because if you'll crumble in the household, in the living room, then you'll probably definitely crumble under stress with family dynamics outside of that, in the workplace, in the street, and she doesn't feel safe. She wants to know you're so powerful that she can feel safe and she doesn't have to be in charge anymore. She's been used to, and it's more common than ever, many women having to be the leader even when they don't want to. Like, well, someone's got to take charge. I guess it's me. And women can be just totally exhausted that they've done that so long that they don't want to do it anymore. But they also need to know, is this guy strong enough? If I'm more strong than him, then I can't trust him to play that role. Or she's seen with her dad or in other family dynamics that a man couldn't really rise to the occasion. So then she doesn't believe you can do it even if you can because she's so hurt. Or she's gonna test more. Which to a guy, it can seem like a game. It's not a game, and it's not something that she even realizes she's playing a lot of the time. She's just wanting to know, am I safe? Can I let you lead? Or said differently, and you might not like to hear this, but do you have the balls to lead? Are you strong enough to lead? And it can feel like, as a guy, that, well, if she's doing this thing and she's not telling me and she's being indirect, this is like a game that's not fair. I don't even know that I'm playing. But that's the operating system of the feminine. Totally different operating system. When we try to understand it like it's our own mind, we can't make sense of the operating system. It's like if you have, I guess we don't have USBs or CDs as much anymore, but if you had that for an Apple computer and you try to put it in a PC, it doesn't work. And that's how different we are as men and women. But she really wants your power. And you can blame her that she emasculated me, and she might have, or your mom did something, or the feminist movement, or whatever it is. I can think of guys that they can make sense, in the workplace, things make sense. You have to get the job done. If you're a mechanic, you have to fix the car. If you're sales, you have to hit this many numbers. It's a pretty linear path, right? So everything makes sense. but it doesn't operate the same way in her world. She has to know that you're strong enough that she can feel safe to let go. Because where it can make sense, and it seems like a winnable game as we might see it, if you're the entrepreneur, if you're working on the car, you go, okay, I can win at this game. And then we might feel powerful in the workplace, on the jiu-jitsu mat, as the entrepreneur, as the mechanic, and you go, okay, I can win this. I can fix the car. This makes sense. And then we're so confused at home in our living room. We can be a powerful guy outside of the house. And you go, okay, I don't know, honey, I don't get it. Whatever you want. Which is oftentimes not what she wants. But it's like, well, I gave her what she wants. And maybe she's looking for you to make the decision because she doesn't want to decide. If you don't believe me, have you seen a woman order dinner? Her experience of life has a different level of fluidity and flow that ours generally doesn't. A guy goes, yeah, I want the steak like last time. Or I'm gonna get pasta. I was like, well, I'd like this, or this would feel nice. Well, what about this? And what about this? And what can be confusing as a guy, she'll oftentimes not tell you she wants you to decide. She wants you to lead. And how about you? I don't know about you. I did not get a book of how to understand this stuff when I was in middle school or high school, and you probably didn't either. It's like the missing chapter from the book of life that none of us ever got. But she wants to feel all of you. And if we've raised our voice once too many times in the household, we can see that it hurt her. It caused her to feel scared, or she got angry and lashed out. We can go, well, maybe I just need to be really nice. I don't want to bother her. I don't want to piss her off. And she might, not saying that it's true, but she can just judge you and go, he's being weak. He's being soft. And women have had so many reasons in modern day society to harden, to hold back, to not be warm, to want to be warm and go, oh, it's a man. That's a threat. No, I'm good. Okay. It's like, oh, she's not smiling. She's not warm. She's not cariñoso, like warm, affectionate, playful, kind, things like that. Sweet. In a lot of things where guys learn about how to become a better guy, we learn a lot about our heart or our emotions on the one hand, or we learn about our balls, our power, our spine, saying no when we feel no, which is really, really, really attractive. I can think back to a relationship I was in about a decade ago. And at the time when this woman said this, it was hard to hear, man. I could understand it. I didn't want to hear it. I appreciated it months later and more years later. And she said, I want to be with a guy who really knows who he is. He really knows what's inside. And he knows I'm going that way. That's where I'm going. And when some guys, we hear that, we're like, well, shouldn't we ask her? Shouldn't we decide together? Especially if you're alone or you're about to be alone soon and be single, to really know who you are and what's your path. And I remember when my ex-girlfriend told me this, she's like, I want to know a guy, who he is, where is he going? So then I have the option to go, oh, I like that. He's going that way and he knows. Okay. That gives her such peace of mind, such safety. Like, he's driving the car. Okay, cool. I can be the passenger. I'm still with him, but I can look at like, wow, the mountains are really beautiful. So oftentimes there's a great book, it's been a minute, No More Mr. Nice Guy. And it talks a lot about this, how in the last 40, 50 years, we felt we need to appease and please women because of how society's changed, because we grew up just mainly with our mom, whether dad was really there or kind of there. School system. She wants to feel your power. She wants to know you know who you are and where you're going. And lastly, as a guy, if we're feeling ambiguous about life, about the relationship, that bothers her. It doesn't feel safe. And we can try to go like, well, I'm conflicted. I don't know. Should I stay? Should I go? Is it me? Is it her? I don't know. I don't want to tell her because then, I mean, she'd get scared. She would. However, us not navigating our own feelings and what's going on in our mind and our heart and our emotions and trying to withhold talking or connecting, it actually makes it worse because she'll sense it. She'll be colder. The long morning kiss now is a quick peck. It's like, I don't know why she's disconnecting, because she feels everything. Life doesn't have to make sense to a woman. It can make sense, but it's what she's feeling right now in this moment. So are you showing up powerfully in your current relationship? Or does now she feel like she's on edge or she has to lead, which can show up as withdrawing, anxiety, sadness, fear, or lashing out as anger. Show up powerfully today, gents. Thanks for tuning in.